Hi everyone, Vegas Film Critic here, Jeffrey K. Howard, here to review the Netflix film The Highwaymen, starring Kevin Costner, Woody Harrelson, Kathy Bates, William Sadler, and directed by John Lee Hancock. This is a true events based on Bonnie and Clyde's executioners. This is told from the point of view of the police officers. Now, Bonnie and Clyde were wreaking havoc for years all over Texas, all over the South, on a killing spree, on a robbery spree, and they were the first criminals to become celebrities. Okay, they were a sensation all across the country, and a lot of people, it was during the Great Depression, people were rooting for them because they were just robbing banks. So a lot of the townsfolk and a lot of people throughout the South were like, they're not hurting poor folk, they're not hurting people, they're just taking the bank's money. But they don't realize the bank's money is everybody's money. So now they've been running havoc all over the South, all over Texas, and Kathy Bates plays Governor Ma Ferguson, and she disbanded the Texas Rangers during her administration. But they don't know what to do. They're just getting bad publicity. People are dying. So they go and hire back two of the most prestigious Texas Rangers that are now retired, Kevin Costner and Woody Harrelson. And it's Frank Hammer and, forget his name, Frank Hammer and Manny Galt. And so they come out of retirement, and now they use their detective skills to track down Bonnie and Clyde in Louisiana and Texas and Kansas, or they travel all over the place. And this is the 1930s, 1934 to be exact. So technology was just starting to come into forensic science for CSI and things like that. So every time they have a crime scene, the feds are also on the scene because they want to get Bonnie and Clyde. They don't want anything to do with Kevin Costner's character. And J. Edgar Hoover is using modern techniques. They're being introduced now to crime scene investigation. So they're taking fingerprints, they're taking bullet casings, they're doing all this stuff as they look around these crime scenes. But of course, Kevin Costner's character, Hammer, is like old-fashioned. He can just look and see things, and a lot of these cops, a lot of these feds are just young kids who don't have any experience whatsoever. So he's a seasoned veteran who's out there to get his man. Now you think it's just going to be one big chase movie going after Bonnie and Clyde? No, because we really get into the characters because these guys have a lot of history, and coming out of retirement, they have a lot of guilt. So Woody Harrelson's character, you know, even though he's a good guy, even though he's a cop, taking human life really has its toll on you. He has this incredible regret for all the people he's killed. And Kevin Costner has his own moment in the movie too, where he talks about how he became a law enforcement officer and how he became to be on the right side of good rather than evil. So we have these two guys who have to work together because now Woody Harrelson's character has been drinking a lot, and his attitude is, hey, we got to give Bonnie and Clyde a chance to surrender. And Kevin Costner's like, absolutely not. These people don't deserve it. And so there's two different philosophies, even though they're both law enforcement, and they have to work together in order to get Bonnie and Clyde, but they're working against each other sometimes. One thing I love about The Highwaymen is that it's in 1934 and Texas. There's parts of Texas that have not changed, the big flat open areas. And so seeing the costumes, seeing the cars, you really think you're watching The Grapes of Wrath. You really think you're back in the Depression era in the 1930s. Gives it ultimate realism, incredible cinematography. There's like rain sequences and also just car chases. And so it's just really well shot, and the costumes, you totally believe you're back in the 1930s. Kevin Costner is really good in this, and I just love Woody Harrelson. I think he's one. If I had to make a short list of the greatest actors of our generation, he would be in the top 3. I just love Woody in this. And also, you don't see Bonnie and Clyde, which I really like. You see their shoes, you know, like a shot of them getting out of the car, or you see them at extreme distance. The filmmakers really don't concentrate on Bonnie and Clyde and what they're doing. It's more about the cop's point of view. Even though you see them, you don't hear them speak, you don't hear them do anything like that, which was really cool. There's Bonnie and Clyde, but that's not what this movie's about. It's from the point of view and the attitude of the Texas Rangers. Now, I hope you've seen the original Bonnie and Clyde, you know, with Faye Dunaway and Warren Beatty. I've seen it 100 times. So knowing that movie so well, I can see that some of the real events in that movie that are in The Highwaymen, I'm like, oh, I know where they are. Oh, this point is in the chase is where they are. So I know it really, really well. And if you haven't seen the original Bonnie and Clyde, I encourage you to do so. It ushered in the new Hollywood at the time. People's tastes were changing. We're talking like, you know, Easy Rider and French Connection. So we're bringing in Coppola and Spielberg and Martin Scorsese and all of them. And Warren Beatty really fought to get Bonnie and Clyde made, and it was a huge hit, and it changed Hollywood forever. It's the visceral violence in it, the humor in it, Gene Wilder's first film. So this is a great companion to that movie. So Highwaymen, Netflix, it did it again. I have really great drama here. Pacing's a little slow, but I forgive that because overall it's a fascinating story. So make sure you check out The Highwaymen. All right, for more reviews and interviews, just surf on over to my website at vegasfilmcritic.com. Check me out on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, I'm back on Snapchat. We'll see how that works. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you comment below what you think of the Highwaymen. Give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I'm Jeffrey Gay Howard in Las Vegas. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.